What's up, everybody? Welcome to a special episode of The David Lopez Show, presented by Passion Park Entertainment, Passion Park ENT, Passion Park, Passion Park, Passion Park. I think that was enough, Passion Parks. How we doing, everybody? Oh, this is a special episode because it's, an off day. It's a Monday. Usually I release on Wednesdays or Thursdays, a little middle of the week usually. But last week I didn't release an episode. Rather than release an episode last week, I recorded a live episode. So that was our first live taping. It went awesome. I thought remarkably well for the first time. The format, first time doing that format. I was very pleased with just how it went, the smoothness of it. I was a little worried, just because we hadn't done anything like that. I've heard them not go so great sometimes. Like live podcasts, they can be slow moving sometimes and whatnot. But I think the format that I set up and the itinerary that I laid out, I think had the show moving pretty fast. And everybody who came, I want to say thank you. But I also want to just applaud your energy, because the people who were there, I mean, you'll hear when some of this stuff is played, they were involved, they were interactive, and yeah, it was great. It was fun. When we did the fan questions, for those of you who follow me on Instagram and stuff, I saw that I had posted about getting some fan questions and whatnot, and we got some from some friends and some fans, and some other people just sent us some silly questions. But anyways, there was some laughs. I mean, you never know how that's going to turn out, but there was definitely some laughs. Some people in the crowd were joining in, and it was fun. Yeah. So I really had a blast. And that's for the podcast part in the beginning, which I'm going to basically essentially play you all the parts that I have with guests. How it went was I came out, and then I played a song with Joey Bianco, who you guys have seen me do some work with before. We did an acoustic song, and then I brought out my interview guest, who was an actress, a model, and a director, and just an artist in the film community and whatnot. And I give her an intro on camera anyways that I'm going to throw to you. But anyways, she came out, we did like a 10-minute interview, and then I brought out the guys from Ill Advised and Unprepared, who I've mentioned on here before. I've been on their podcast twice, and Asthmatic is one of the hosts of that show, and he's been on this podcast before. But now the other guests, the other guys, Cole and Adam from the podcast, have been on this show because they came on, and the three of us, including Tatiana, so actually the four of us, did these fan questions. And so basically, after I talk a little bit right here, I'm going to throw it to that whole section, which is just Tatiana into the interview with Tatiana into the questions with Ill Advised and Unprepared. And it's just a straight shot. I'm just letting you guys see it straight through as it happened. And then what I did after those sections, I performed another song acoustically. And then that wrapped up the podcast section of the show and the first half. And then we had an intermission, a brief 10-minute intermission. And then came the concert portion, as I kind of explained would be the format. What was hard to explain was how I was going to do the concert portion. I mentioned one-man show type thing, because I did have the stage set a couple times. I had to change the set a couple times, and I was trying to follow a storyline as I performed a bunch of these new tracks, brand new tracks. I've never done anything like that. I have done theater before, I've been on stage, and I'm comfortable acting and doing those kind of things. But I had never... I carried the whole show, obviously, because it was like a one-man show and it was my music, and I was carrying the story, and there were some parts where I was getting vulnerable and things, and I just didn't, you just really don't know how people are reacting, because it's not like I was playing for laughs, so people are just watching. So you really have no idea, and I'm trying not to look at people's faces, to get reactions and stuff, but the thing about comedy is that you'll know if they're laughing, you know what I'm saying? And I wasn't really going for that, so I was just kind of I had no idea. But after... hearing there was a couple points I went for laughs, actually, and I think I got a couple of laughs, but nothing too crazy. But After I got some really kind words from some people who told me that they really enjoyed it and really it was like super different. Obviously, that's what I was going for. I mean, I don't know if I was necessarily going for just being different. I was just going for a approach that I felt like was really me, and I really feel that way. And yeah, to the people who gave me the kind words and told me they really liked it and felt what I was doing, it meant a lot. It really did, because I felt like I was really putting myself out there. It felt like, at least on the way to, I know it wasn't perfect. I mean, I know it wasn't perfect. I mean, I even fucked up my own lyrics, but I'm at a point where I don't mind that at all. I want everybody who comes to my shows to experience a unique show. So I want it to be different every time. So I might spit something different. I might, like flow it differently. I might say some words wrong, but I'm going to keep going, and I want you guys to experience that. So anyways, it felt like it's at least on the way to being the truest representation of me as an artist. Like I mean, like, I still want to do concert performances. Like, I had a blast last week at Iowa City. I haven't even been on, I don't think I've been on the podcast since then. So, yeah, I had a blast in Iowa City, as I always do. And I love doing those kind of just music performances, for sure. Like, just for sure. I'm always going to want that, especially that's what's going to drive the music forward, for sure. But these kind of things, like this show just felt like, it felt like, first off, a really good way to express my album, like, to really, like, and do it in, like, a narrative fashion. Like, it felt like almost, like, one person described it as like a live music video type thing. And that's not really what I was even thinking, but it kind of makes sense to me, and I like that idea. I did break the third wall a couple times where I would talk to the crowd a little bit and do those kind of things, and that was a fun experiment. I thought it worked a couple times. Maybe a couple times I could have dialed it back. I definitely could have reined it in more, or just done different things a little bit better, I think. But I'm super proud of it and how I executed the evening. And I had a bunch of help, so I'm not saying it was just me, but I am proud of the work that I did. And that's important to be after you do something like this. I spent a lot of time putting it together. But I'm super grateful for all the people who helped. Joey who performed with me, Ray, Nick Sky is his artist name. He also played the what do you call these things? The cajon with me. Yeah, he played the cajon for the couple songs. So we did that. Shout out to RPM, my DJ, but he was actually on the camera duties for this, helping out. And then Tatiana, and then the guys from Ill Advised and Unprepared coming through and getting on camera for this. It was fun, man. It was really fun, and it's definitely something that I want to do again, for sure. I don't know how often. I thought about, like, how we used to do the Passion Park Experience monthly. I thought about maybe we could just do the podcast live once a month. That's an idea I had. It's a possibility. I would have to think about it a little bit more. But it's something I'm exploring. I really thought it went well, and I got everybody who was there told me they thought so too, and so hopefully you guys enjoy the episode as I play it for you guys. It's I don't know, obviously it's fun. It's different when you're somewhere, and then when you hear something, if you're actually physically there, it's just different. In the room though, yeah, the vibes were like it was good energy. So hopefully it comes off that way on the recordings. We had a couple of mics on stage. It definitely didn't mic it up perfectly. So, like, some of the stuff might be lower, but I think we caught everything. I'm going to be posting some funny clips that I like periodically, just doing those kind of things. Yeah, I hope you enjoy. I hope you enjoy the first ever live podcast from the David Lopez Show. Yeah, and stay tuned for me coming back after this interview and questions, because I'm gonna give an outro, but I'm also gonna have a sneak peek at what the second half, as far as the performance part of the show, of this live performance was. I'm gonna give you guys a sneak peek at one music video kind of thing that goes along with it, and so stay tuned for that. So enjoy the interview with Tatiana Ortiz and the fan question portions with Tatiana and with Ill Advised and Unprepared, and I will see you on the other side. It's really exciting. This first guest it's crazy because I have known her for such a long time. I know her from basketball and from going to school with my friends and playing against We'll talk about this when she gets out here. But she is a model, a actress, a director, and a very talented artist. Everybody give it up for Tatiana Ortiz. Woo! Watch your step. You can sit first one right there. All right, well, thank you for coming out.
Thank you for having me.
Have you ever been on a fake talk show like this?
No, not at all. I watched a few of them though.
Yeah, they exist. Well, it's crazy because so now I work at the Chicago Theater, which is right, it's pretty fancy. But anyways, that gave me a good idea to do something like this because there's people selling out like 3,000 tickets for podcasts.
Right, it's great. It's a new wave.
It's fucking crazy. It is. So anyways, I was gonna get into it, but I know Tatiana from ripping me in the 6th grade because she played with the boys. So I played basketball my whole life. She obviously did too. She used to play against the boys because she was schooling people. I'm sure my mom probably remembers this, but I remember you ripping me in 6th grade and being like, fuck my life. This just happened. But coming full circle now, we connected, what was that, a year ago? When was that?
Yeah, I think maybe about a year ago, when we first started.
It was your film, right? Or I don't know, we linked up with something. Right, so I had no idea that you were in the arts and doing like film stuff and yeah, right.
Like we have basketball at the same time and then.
But what I'm finding in a lot of the guests that I've had on the show and just a lot of my friends is the really common similarity in going from athletics, especially like high-end athletics, like where you took it serious for a really long time, into a field like this.
Right.
It's like fucking weird, but it happens a lot.
Right. I just talked about this a while ago. Yeah. I don't know if it's because like we're so passionate, we're so like dramatic in general. You know
right.
What I mean? You know, like when there's a big play and you're like.
No, I think I think it is, because I was thinking about it myself and was like, I was always like, to be frank, I didn't love playing defense. I just didn't. Like, I never took charges. I now as an old man, and I play in rec leagues, I take more charges now than I ever did back then.
I feel like my most memorable charge was in a high school game, and it was like for my 5th foul, and the ref called it defensive. I fouled out.
So then you're traumatic. No more charges after that.
Awful. Yeah, I feel like I didn't. Not intentionally. I got some.
Right. I definitely think that does cross over though, because I think that my game, for instance, my game was really like 3 and like highlights, and like I never put it together, but I think it was like because I was trying to put on a show. Like,
it's all about the theatrics.
I think so, and very much so. Like you say, like you're passionate. Like I was one of those demonstrative dudes. Like if I hit 3 threes in a row, you're gonna fucking hear it. Like,
right. Exactly right.
Yeah.
I remember a specific time I had got like. I feel like I had blocked some shot nasty, and then I went all the way down the court and got like a foul or something like that, and I like turned and winked at the audience, and I was just like, I was just that type of person.
That just came with you, right?
Yeah.
And then now getting into what you're doing now. So how did so to break this down, I was in a short film that Tatiana directed. You wrote it too, correct?
Yes.
Yeah, you wrote and directed it. I played a small role in that. That was awesome. That was the first time we had worked together, like in this capacity. And then she ended up playing a small role in my short film that I wrote and directed.
Yeah.
That you haven't seen because nobody's seen yet.
Right. You know what? I don't think many people have seen. Mine was like, I'm sitting on the release of it.
Yeah, I know. So it's tough. I feel bad because I got to show the cast and stuff, but like I know there's flaws and I want to redo things, and it's like
Right.
But so how did you get into, like, when did this happen? When did you start acting? Was this post college basketball? Because you played college basketball.
Yes, played all the way through college, and then towards the end of my college career, there was that question of whether I wanted to play overseas or professionally, but that wasn't it just wasn't for me. That's it just wasn't kind of. I had spent so much of my life playing basketball, it was just kind of time for something different.
So you actually felt like you were good to go?
Yeah, I feel like I was done. I mean, like I was doing workouts and stuff for professional, like tryouts, and it just didn't feel like kind of.
Yeah, I don't think people realize that. I mean, playing professional basketball is cool, but you're changing your entire life to do something like that. Like I have friends who are over there that I never get to see them. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like.
And for women, it's also different. I had different ideas for my life as far as like for a man, if you make it to a certain level, it's like that's the only thing you have to worry about. It's like the NBA or wherever, but like for a woman right now, like it's not as lucrative of.
That's a good point. Like even WNBA, you mean?
Yeah. And so like for me, there were just more variables that played into that.
Right.
Just for as far as what I wanted out of life as a whole. I love basketball, but just as far as what it could provide for me and where I felt like I got everything I could get out of it.
And did you, was part of it like you were like, all right, I'm ready to act, I'm ready to do this shit? Or?
I mean, I always had the acting passion, but that was not why I stopped playing, or I didn't even realize that was the next step for me. And it wasn't for a few years. It wasn't until my mother retired and we took this trip overseas. We were just like chilling, we were out at Dominican Republic before everybody was going, everybody's going there. But
so the Dominican inspired you to be a movie star.
There were a couple people. There were a few. You know what? I think we talked about this. I talked about this again. With Ill Advised and Unprepared a little bit, guys.
That's all right. We can double up.
I was out there and there were just one or two people who like asked if I was a model or if I was out there for a photo shoot, and it just kind of crossed my mind, and I was just like, I've always been like a lanky basketball player, like super long and narrow. And I was like, forget it, I'll give it a shot and stuff. And it kind of snowballed from there. And acting was always the end goal. Yeah. And it kind of presented itself really early on. So I've been pursuing it ever since.
I think that's super interesting because I was playing with this idea or just talking to somebody about it. It's because it seems like you were just ready for a green light. You know what I mean? You were ready for like there's people are built different ways, right? And like some people are like, if you give them the green light, that's all they were waiting for, and it's like it's like a go. Like you needed like a little put. Like some people need to be told they're good even when they're not good or whatever it is to be like, oh, that's the push forward. And some people don't. Some people need the converse effect too. But that's really interesting because it sounds like you were ready to go. Like,
yeah. And it's part of it is because like it was so different from anything that I've been doing. There's always that like athletics versus the arts. Like when you're in school, it's always like
why is it right? We were just talking about all these athletes that cross over, but why is it that when we were in school I was like,
it's always right, like you always just like it's so late, like the
jocks versus drama.
Like
jocks versus
drama and stuff.
I never got that, but I mean, I don't feel like I was a terrible high school kid. I didn't bully kids that much. I don't think I talked shit to the drama kids, but I'll be honest, I don't think I went out of my way to hang out with them either. You know what I mean? Like I was an athlete.
Right, and they were separate.
And I think that's super weird because every athlete wants to be a fucking movie star. So like
it's part of that spotlight on you.
Well, thank you for breaking it down for real for a second and talking about that. What are you working on right now, or what should we be looking out for? What's going on?
Right now, so we're in pre-production and we're gonna start shooting a film, an independent film called Quotidian.
Quotidian?
Quotidian. Yes.
I thought you said cool. I thought you said cool tits. At first, it was something around the.
Right.
I was like, what?
I had to make sure it was a real word.
Quotidian. All right. Okay.
So it's basically based around this blue collar worker, right? Blue collar. I always get those two mixed up.
Wait, what? No.
Blue collar, white collar is like office work.
Yeah.
Right?
Blue collar is like construction work.
And blue collar, right? So he's blue collar. Right, so he's a blue collar worker, and he's just kind of like staying in his own lane. He's not worried about a lot of the stuff the turmoil that's going on, as you know, currently.
Right.
Times. Because he has this little security union job. It doesn't apply to him. And then he loses his job, and a couple other life events happen to him, or his family.
Okay.
And so he's forced to kind of address these issues that are happening, and kind of deal with them.
Okay.
So.
And did you write this?
No. I'm just in it.
Okay. Awesome.
I'm a supporting role. I'm the main character's love interest in a way.
There you go.
Like
that's awesome, and that's a short. It's going to be a short film.
No, it's a feature.
It's a feature?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's fucking great. That's awesome.
Yeah.
So a big supporting role in a feature. That's great. That is awesome. That is something to really look forward to. Absolutely.
So look out for that.
Absolutely. Well, make sure we'll keep that going. But thank you so much for taking some real questions. We're gonna get a little goofier now. If you're okay.
I can't wait for that part.
Okay. All right. Thank you guys for. Did you guys enjoy that? Did you enjoy some realness from Tatiana right there? Thank you. All right. Now we're gonna try. This is the first time we've tried this segment on my show. Like this is the first live one, so I feel like this is something we could keep going if it works. I'm gonna bring out a couple more guests. These guys, they have their own podcast. It's called Ill Advised and Unprepared. Tatiana has been a guest on it. I have been a guest on it twice. It is a hilarious podcast. They are some freaking goofballs. But we're gonna do a fun section called Fan Questions. We have some goofy questions that we got from some friends and fans, and we're gonna stab at answering them. So I want to bring up Cole and Adam from Ill Advised and Unprepared. So make some noise. Make some noise. He's double fisting already. What is happening here? What is that? Come on in.
I got him a drink.
Come on in. Come on in. What's up, brother? What's up, brother? All right, these guys.
All right. Thanks for having us, man.
Of course. And I asked her when she came on, have you guys ever been on a fake talk show?
We run a fake talk show.
Oh.
Basically, so.
Okay.
Yes. Every week we basically do
This
that.
makes more sense. This makes more sense.
We're very used to it.
Well, I really appreciate you guys coming up. So a couple days ago, I posted on my Instagram. A couple of my friends did, and we, and then I just got some friends who like texted me some stuff, and we put together some questions. So I said, any fans that had some ideas for interesting, funny, stupid, whatever questions, what could we think of? What could we do? So I have a list here, and we'll see what the best ones are. I'm gonna start with. You know what? Whoever wants to lay the floor, whoever feels the first answer for this one. But let's start with this. If you could switch bodies with anyone, who would it be?
Oh, I'll go first on this one. Halle Berry.
Wait, you would switch bodies with Halle Berry?
Unreal body. Are you kidding me?
But so like
You finally get to see it then.
Exactly. I'm not going to talk about the bathroom talk here.
That's not a bad point. I think what should have been asked in this question is, are we getting like their conscious likeness and everything like that?
I didn't think about
Because like if you become her, because if you're still you, but you have Halle Berry's
I
body.
feel like it should be
Well,
you're
exactly,
still you,
that
but
was
you're
the
just
point.
in their body.
I don't want to
it
think
should
like
be
Halle Berry, then having tits would be
that.
Wait, your head with a beard and Halle Berry's body?
No. I'm Halle Berry. I just have my brain in there.
Right, 'cause,
Oh,
like,
yeah,
if you're
that's what you
them,
need.
Then how is it different than
Then I-
them being them?
I would
Yeah, exactly.
I would be the greatest lesbian in the world.
Because you've been on the other side of the fence
Right.
over there? Okay, all right, that's interesting.
You know
I
what's
don't know.
funny?
And I'm
is-
Halle Berry. She's one of the hottest girls in the world.
I said that what I was thinking about that I was thinking girl immediately too.
Right.
You
And
know
guy
why?
for me.
I think I told you this, Tatiana, when you were on the show. But you know how many people have ever walked up to me and said like, "Hey, nice ass"? None. Not one time has anyone ever said that to me. I'd like it just for like a day and a half.
So you just want the body compliments?
Yes,
I get that.
I don't get any body.
but-
Nobody compliments this.
I don't get a lot of butt comments.
Wait, but you would be a dude, really? Because I'm gonna be honest. I'm the only one.
Good-looking guy.
You, who would you be? Who would you be?
Are you meet
I-
John Cena or
any
something? Mark
just like a
Wahlberg?
look-
I'm the only one who would be like, I would probably
Just
be like
experience.
Steph Curry or LeBron James or something like that. I would totally just be
Boring.
like,
Well, I feel like the point is
Why
to
wouldn't
like
you be The Rock?
experience something that you.
oh, I guess you're right. If we're going just bodies.
Yeah, The Rock.
Even
You're
if
just
you're
switching
not, though.
bodies. You can do whatever you want after that.
No, but I feel like the point is to get the most like contrast from your everyday life.
that's a good
So
point.
like guy, good looking guy.
That's a good point.
Wait,
All
do
right,
you have a
and I would-
specific
All right.
person?
All right.
You didn't have a specific person? Just a
I
good
mean,
We don't need
there's
it.
a lot of
We don't
good-looking
need
guys
it.
out there.
We don't need
Mario
it.
Lopez. I would probably pick Mario Lopez. Slater.
He's got a great last name.
No, I'm more like Shamar Moore.
There we go. I don't know why you were shy about it. You can say it.
So you're
All
Channing
right.
Tatum.
So you could be Channing Tatum.
There you go.
All right, as we talk about chiseled men, we're gonna move on. All right, so the next one. This is one of my favorites, and I'm curious to hear a response on here. Now, if you were home alone in the middle of the night, you know you're alone. You're asleep. You're at home. You're at home. Maybe you live in an apartment complex. No, you don't live in an apartment complex. You just you're at home. There's no, like there shouldn't be anybody home.
Single
And you hear a fart. Are you? What's your reaction? Are you scared?
Yeah. What kind of? Yeah. Obviously.
I'm actually not
Who wrote
scared.
this? Did any of you all write this question?
Hold on.
Like, is there like two camps that I don't know about? Like, you're home alone, you hear a fart, like you think farts are so funny.
Yeah, the
that
other
you're
camp
just
is
not
funny.
afraid
The other
of
camp is the
strangers in
laugh.
house.
It's so funny because I literally just had a conversation.
About this
With my
exact
friend.
thing? No. What?
Not that it was about.
Girls don't talk about
It was
farts.
about late night, like,
Late night
like,
farting.
have you ever, well, because my thing was like, I've never, people were like, there's
Never
a lot of
farted?
people who were like, have you ever farted and woke yourself up in the
Oh,
middle of the night?
yeah.
I almost asked that, by
I
the way.
have never done that.
I have not.
And so that was
Never.
what the
You've done
conversation
that?
was.
You haven't
I've
that
never,
good Southern food.
I've never farted and woke myself up. No, I just feel like I sleep too deep. Like,
You know what? I may have woke
that's
myself
not
up
a
before.
thing that would wake me up. Unless it was like the sensation of having to fart.
To be
that
honest-
was what it came down
Right.
to. Wait, so then I was like, you know, if you're ever sleeping next to me and I fart, like I woke up and pushed it out.
Didn't have anything.
You're consciously
I
saying
didn't
fuck you to
There's-
the other person. Like, I
See,
don't care.
I don't.
Not
There's no
even
way.
with the covers, you gotta touch over.
There's no way. There's no way you could possibly know that.
Risk,
See, that's my thing is I've heard people say that before. I don't fart in my sleep or I don't talk in my sleep. There's no way you could possibly know that. There's no way because I have definitely been under the impression that I don't or whatever, and it might happen in your
Because
sleep.
you're sleep. That's what I'm saying. So like, it's never woken me up.
Yeah, right.
So like, if the only alternative. Is
I gotta be honest.
no,
If I was,
it's
if
'cause I pushed it out.
If I'm gonna answer this question as it was given, because at first I did think it was like, if you ever woken yourself up, that's what I thought it was, woken yourself up from a fart. But if I was home by myself and I heard a fart, I honestly think my first reaction would be like, ha, and then I'd move on.
And then
I
you
think-
get murdered.
I don't think
Because there's a
it's-
person in the
I don't
house.
think a dog-
When's the
burglar-
What are you all talking
Wait,
about?
no.
Like it's like, oh, farts are funny, so there's a murderer in the house. That's cool, because farts are funny.
When's
Like,
the last
what?
time? When's
I
the
haven't
That's
last?
what we need to
So
do.
I'm
That's it.
They
Like,
when's
When's
that's
the
the
last?
deal?
No. Wait. When's the last time you saw a scary movie and
the guy
murderer
farted?
and the murderer farted behind the corner of the cabinet before he killed you?
Never.
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 All right. The
No,
person
that's
who's
true.
farting behind your
That's true.
cabinet is your drunk buddy that broke into your place because he's blacked out and doesn't know why. That's why I would laugh.
That's like
No
me.
murderer is
Alright.
ever just gonna be
If
like,
you're like a
I waited behind this corner for fucking like 5 hours for you to get home from work, for you to let your guard down, for you to come back for a water after sleep, and now I'm just gonna fart and ruin it? No. They have more control than that.
Right, like if you
I'm not scared if
if
they
you're-
fart.
You have thought about this.
No, that's
This
the
is
point.
like a
I feel
thing.
That's off top, right?
Right.
That's off top.
Yeah,
That's off top of your
exactly.
head.
This is like this was calculated. I
if
feel
you're
like
a
I'm
serial
worried
killer-
about
I'm
you.
just
I don't
saying.
want to do the show with you.
If you're a serial killer.
He is.
Right, like,
You're
if
all
you are
that.
though, if you are though, and like your fart blows up your spot, like you're
a bad serial killer.
The FBI's
Right.
been got
You're a
you.
bad
They're not
serial
even
killer.
around
Unless you're
You know
still
what I
your
mean?
killer
Wait, they
name.
got you
Like,
because you fart?
Shamar
What, you're
Moore
the
and
fart
them
killer?
From, yeah.
I think you
if
would
a
go
fart
for
is
more
loud
spice
enough
than
to
that.
like let somebody know you're there.
The FBI's
Like
gonna
Shamar
catch you?
Moore's sexy
Here's
ass
how you-
from Criminal Minds been picked you up.
It's like,
If
I
a
don't-
fart lets you know the spot.
Okay, but farts don't
if
leave
you're a serial killer.
fingerprints. I don't know what you guys are
Here's
talking
the-
about right now. What is
If,
happening?
Like, if you farted so loud that someone else in the house heard you, and they're like, "I'm home alone," so there's a fart. That means someone's in the house.
If you fart at the next level,
suck
here's
at
if you have a
breaking
next
and
level
entering.
fart.
Well, that could be
You
your
suck
calling
at that.
card, like the Wet Bandits and like Home Alone. Remember Home Alone? They leave the water running.
The
This is the fart
flatulent-
bandit,
I
and he
think
does that, and then he
If you
robs
fart,
your shit.
if you fart at another floor of the house, that's called a next level fart. That's what we
Yeah.
have there. We have a next
That
level
makes
fart.
sense.
there.
Next level
So
fart.
here.
I'm not a doctor, so I don't know.
You know what I was just thinking when you guys were saying that was have you
flatulence
ever like been at home and like you don't know that one of your friends is like drunk in there and like then you hear something like I've totally had that happen
Yes.
where like
Yeah, oh yeah.
at my old like college house where you don't think somebody's there and then all of a sudden you're like what the fuck like
That's the first time I realized I was a bitch because I went and locked myself in my room instead of like going and checking it out.
you thought there was a burglar and
I'm
you're like,
hiding under the bed. I don't care if I'm
I'm
9
out.
or 28.
I'm out. all right. We gotta go on to the next one because that was great. But
Yeah.
that was great. Should we stay on poops farts or should we go to the next topic?
Fans can choose. What do you guys want?
You want any more poops farts? What do you think? All right.
Next topic. I can't see anybody over here either. It's all just looks.
All right. Okay. So this is pretty solid here. So how often? You don't have to be specific here, but like, what would you say you do more? If you say the word fuck or shit, like if you curse, I say fuck a lot. Do you think you say it more in an actual like you're actually mad, or you're in like a joking matter, like a fucking around matter?
I say it a lot, and I'm basically always serious about it because I'm just always pissed off about a lot of things. So.
So you're an angry cursor.
Yes.
No, I think
Hey, she knows.
I think it's just everyday conversation. It doesn't matter. Mad or happy or
Yeah.
anything. I'm gonna use the word fucking almost every sentence.
I am in the middle of that. I feel like my everyday is not, but like any amount of passion. So if
Right.
I'm like super happy, I'll probably cuss the hell out. If I'm like pissed, I'll cuss. If I'm scared, I'll
So you like to cuss?
Anything extra.
The question was interesting to me, and the reason I did choose to keep it on the list is because it actually made me think that, like, man, I think I swear a lot.
Yeah.
I mean, I work at a bar too. It's like I got a dirty sailor mouth. Oh, jeez. All right. Well, we're gonna do two more. All right. We're gonna do two more of these. That's cool with you guys. We're gonna do two more, and then we gotta get on to the next section. Keep the show going. We already did that one. Okay. So if you could relive one day in your life, this could be funny. This could be serious. This could be just whatever. What would it be?
So yesterday, I was under the influence, and I saw on TV that you can get 10 chicken nuggets for $1 at Burger King.
Yep.
And if I could just relive that feeling when I realized like what's available to me, like that was pretty great. So,
Just the feeling of learning of that deal?
yeah,
That's pretty
yeah, no, it was like, look, I'm a Jewish guy, so you see a deal like that, it's a big fucking deal.
I respect that.
That guy's Jew or he hates Jews. I don't know. Somebody collab. If they have a fan or a Nazi, we'll find out pretty quickly.
I just got a thing on Facebook that I got like $100 gift card to McDonald's.
Oh my
for
God.
having my birthday in December.
What?
$100 to McDonald's?
I don't think
I feel like that's-
I don't think I could spend $100 at McDonald's if I ate at McDonald's, which I don't.
Can I have it then?
Because
Because I'll eat $100 at
We need
McDonald's.
to link up because like you could really.
Did you hear the new?
We should
Did you hear
link
the
up.
If
new?
it's real, if it's
definitely.
not a scam though, because
Yeah.
it's like Facebook.
Bill Gates was going to give me $1 million if I just followed and shared his page. So there's a lot of those going around
Right,
as well.
exactly.
Yeah.
Did you hear the new Burger King? The new Burger King deal. You get a Whopper for $1 if you have the app and you buy it at a Burger King that is within a mile of McDonald's.
Damn, that's petty.
Yeah, right.
I like that though. Cool.
No, I like that shit.
McDonald's is like,
I like that
McDonald's
shit a
is, like,
lot.
everywhere too.
I like that shit a lot though, because I feel like nowadays these companies are getting like real aggressive with their marketing. Like there's some real beef. Like look at Verizon and Sprint and shit. They are calling each other out by name in commercials. He's like fuck AT&T, and then he's flipping side. He was going to the ops. Like there is like some weird shit happening.
They used to say like the leading brand. Remember that? They used to say like against the leading brand. Now they're like against those pieces of shit at McDonald's. Fuck those guys. And you're like, whoa.
Yeah.
Holy shit. Like,
It's $1 for the McChicken, but if you want cheese, it's $1.50.
They literally call out direct
$1 no matter
things.
what.
Wendy's is better than
yeah, no, I like that. I like that they can do that. That makes it
Pay more to
better.
go to Wendy's.
Do you guys have any actual like good days or no?
I was
Right, the question.
My day was awesome, by the way.
I was
It
gonna
yesterday.
say a really good powder day, but to be better about it would be the first time I ever had hotel sex. Greatest day of my life, because you can disregard everything in the room.
It's not your stuff.
You don't even worry about. I never realized that like I can do whatever I want.
It's your
It's pretty
You're-
fair.
You can do whatever you want. You don't need a shower. You can just roll around in the curtains if you wanted to. It doesn't.
No,
matter.
you can't. No, well, that's the good thing about having it.
The thing is, it doesn't matter. You do whatever you want, and I didn't know that before I did that. And then,
So, like, what was the extra
What is
charge on
the
your
greatest-
maid service? Like, what did you?
yeah.
You can get charged for excessively fucking it up too much. But you're right, though.
Break any paintings.
There you go.
Alright?
There you go. I hear you, though. Well, all right, good. See, like, you know, that's the thing about Airbnbs now, because you feel like you're actually at somebody's home. You feel rough. I feel like you feel.
It's awkward having sex in some like other dude's house, you know. It's like this is like their guest bed.
I just
I
feel
wanna
like
just
do that
like-
on Airbnb.
Because I feel like you feel
That's
less.
somebody's home.
That's what I'm saying. Is I feel like you feel less inclined to fuck it up because it's Airbnb now. You feel less inclined. That's like-
definitely.
you see
I mean,
the
you're
picture of their
still gonna.
family right there and shit. Like,
You're still gonna.
no, yeah.
I mean, you sign if you sign your house up for Airbnb, you're basically agreeing like, yeah, you can fuck in my guest room.
The worst
That is true.
Airbnbs are the ones that leave their family portraits up everywhere. You don't want to
Oh,
see that.
they are.
You
too.
don't want to defile somebody's house and see their little cousin, their little like brother over there like winning third place in the cross country race. Like, you don't want to see that. Right?
No,
Your
you're
family
right.
Sucks. I'm gonna destroy your house. I paid for it. Just leave them out of it. Take down the pictures.
I paid your mortgage this
Bad
month.
about Baby's room that I'm wrecking.
Yeah, exactly.
No,
Don't
it's, I
speak
took,
for everybody, all right? You don't know what's going on.
I don't.
all right. All right. Well, that's cool. We got one last one.
Wait, you didn't say your
Oh
best
yeah.
bet.
Do you have a personal?
It's not a best.
Yeah, you don't have to-
It's supposed to get real.
The original. Well, you could.
Mine's looking real.
You don't have to answer it if you don't do it. You're good?
No, not that real.
Okay.
Regular real.
What is it then?
No, but I feel like I would redo my sister's wedding.
Okay.
Not because I'm anything super juicy or anything. There's just a couple things I'd redo differently, and I would just take the time to kind of like take it in. Yeah, right. Take it different because I feel like I remember the morning of when we were getting like the people that was doing our makeup and hair. We were all hungover a little bit, and so like I just remember being like kind of trying to enjoy it, but like like shit, and like taking a nap while I was waiting for my makeup to get done, but my hair was you can't touch it. So like I'm just like on the arm of the.
How do you nap?
I'm on the arm. You gotta get creative. I had the arm of the couch and I just like did one of these and was just like out. And like the guys were in the pool like drinking beers and shooting the shit, and we're sitting there trying to get pretty.
I can totally attest. I'm sure
I feel like I maybe do a drink class.
my girl would second of how many times that I have been just alarmingly hungover at some sort of family event or something like that. And you're like, I can't enjoy it. You know what's interesting is you're the first one who gave an answer out of these two goofballs over here. You're the first one who gave an answer about that you would actually redo something differently. Because he was saying he just wanted to recreate a feeling, which I totally understand, and those kind of things. You were like, you would actually redo that day because you would like to do a couple things different.
Because I like to be live. I'm live. I'm like so high off life every day anyway. So it's like, I don't need to relive the same day twice because like the next day we just
Right?
relive.
Look at you.
So like if I had to redo.
Look at you all living in the moment here. And there's our philosophy for the day. You've been in tune with the David Lopez Show.
I'll throw down.
All right, so our last question.
So I'm ready to.
Our last question, I feel like you guys might have some funny answers to. Hopefully you guys remember this answer for yourself. What's your favorite go-to joke or prank or something that you like do all day, every day? Could annoy you, but you notice you do it. Could annoy other people, but you still do it.
Besides being just a sarcastic asshole.
Yeah, a lot of people have that trait. A lot of people. Sarcasm is an easy comedy. Like,
nobody's unique. Everybody has it.
All of my jokes are long and offensive to Catholic people, so I don't know if you've got like 8 minutes left for me to just kind of do a little bit.
Okay,
as far as things that like annoy me, I would say it's not like one thing I say that annoys me. It's like I don't know if anybody else here has ever like heard themselves on like audio recording, like video, but like. I hate the sound of my voice, and you would think after like 60-something episodes of doing my show, I get used to it. You just don't. And then every time I hear my voice, I just think to myself like...
You just don't.
Yeah, I just don't.
I can hear myself.
Like, I can't do it. So like every time I hear myself, I just think like, man, I can't believe I like talked anyone into like having sex with me. Like that's, I like worry about women, you know? Like I worry about women as like a whole, because I'm like, what kind of like, what's wrong with you all? Like I hear what I sound like. And you guys just don't care.
How important
like,
is a man's voice in your attractiveness?
Apparently not at all, because they don't give a shit. Like, it's crazy. You hear this?
I've never heard somebody say like...
Probably the same as... Unless it's like something super weird. It's probably the same as like how much stock you put in like our nails matching.
Oh, yeah.
I put a lot.
Yeah, I'm good.
Right.
Yeah.
It's like you might find
Right.
somebody who gives a shit, but most of us don't care necessarily.
Well, that's great to know.
Well, do either of you, do you have something annoying that you might say a lot, or not even annoying? Do you have something that you say all the time that you're like...
Nothing super interesting. I feel like I'll say like, oh. And like while I'm doing, I don't know why I do it all the time. And while I'm doing it, I'm like, oh.
I've been told I repeat things a lot. I've been told...
The worst
I just say
is...
like, oh, as if I'm just experiencing something and it's like...
The worst is when somebody gives you something like, enjoy your meal, and you're like, oh yeah, thanks, you too.
Yeah, that wouldn't be bad.
That's so common.
Oh,
That happens all
I say that
day.
all the time, and I hate myself every time I open my mouth.
I said that to the bartender outside just now. Kind of like a whiskey Coke, and she's like, enjoy, and I'm like, yeah, you too. And then I just immediately
Working at the
shut my
theater,
head.
I'm sure she gets this
So
too all the
stupid.
time. The most common one is enjoy the show, and they go, yeah, you enjoy the show too.
It's like,
All right, were you rubbing it in? I can't see the fucking show. I can't see.
Make popcorn, man.
All right, well, you got anything you want to add there? You good?
I got a go-to joke.
What is it?
Blonde joke.
Oh, let's hear this.
Sorry,
Let's
wait,
do
is
this.
there
We
any-
got some blondes in the crowd.
Sorry.
Let's do this.
So a blonde's walking down the street with a pig in her arms, right? Some guy stops her and goes, "Oh my God, that's amazing! I can't believe. Where did you get that? I haven't seen this around town. I've been looking for it all over." The pig responds, "I won her at a fair."
We're like, who didn't see that coming? Did anybody not see that punchline coming?
I did it. I thought it was great. That's why we have a show together, man. This guy's good. This guy's really good.
I thought it was so clearly a role reversal joke. Oh, Jesus. All right, well, on that note,
And that's the kind of great stuff you get when you listen to Ill Advised and Unprepared.
Make some fucking noise for my guest. Make some fucking noise for my guest. Cole That was great. I thought we were working out, right? All right. Thank you guys for coming up here. Of course. Thank you, Tatiana. Appreciate you. You can go to the restroom. You can hang out in the crowd and enjoy the show. And thank you guys for tuning into another episode of the David Lopez Show. And this special edition was brought to you by Passion Park Entertainment, as every episode is. I truly appreciate all of you. We are constantly trying to grow, so make sure you subscribe wherever you get podcasts. Please subscribe on YouTube as well, SoundCloud, anywhere you think you might be able to find it. Check us out. Make sure you give us listen, subscribe, thumbs up, comment, do whatever you can to support. It would be greatly appreciated. And make sure you stay tuned for another live date, because we think we're gonna want to do that again after how this one went. And I hope you guys enjoyed some of the portions we had there. But even if you didn't, we're gonna do it again, because we had a freaking blast. It was very fun. So as I said previously, I do want to give you guys a sneak peek of what the performance part was. My new album, So Much More 2, will be coming soon. At the end of this little video I'm going to play for you, you will finally see the official artwork for my album. It's going to pop up at the end. I'm going to release that cover on Instagram probably tomorrow. Yeah, I believe tomorrow. It's all different because it depends when you're going to watch this. But anyways, I'm going to release the cover very soon. And don't have a release date for the album, but it's coming soon. This is a sneak peek at the album. You get to see me perform a brand new track, and it is on the stage at 773 during the narrative set I did, the narrative one-man show performance I did of my new album, So Much More Too. So enjoy the sneak peek, and thank you so much for tuning in. Make sure you go to www.thedavidlopez.com for all things me, and go to www.passionparkent.com for everything Passion Park. I love you. I appreciate you. I am going to keep working and keep trying to get better, and we are going to keep pumping out some content. So enjoy this sneak peek, and holla. So many years, so many tears, baby, you're my biggest fear. Resentment in your voice, the heal. Resentment is my biggest fear. That's why we hit, had to go. No hold back, I was told, so I hit the switch. 2014, living in Milwaukee, hoping for people around the way. That's when shit starts to change. Y'all go through the hook to shit. In the parking lot for that. When we shot the video, nothing was the same after that. No looking back, I commit. Sign that letter of intent to this entertainment shit. And I know she'll roll her eyes if she ever hear this, cause that's all I could commit to. See, I never really knew. Look, baby, I feel for you. You got my heart, but the beat ain't been the same since we've been apart for months. You've been loving me for so long. I've been loving you so long. Told you I would change, now you gone. Pull up all you struggles, that's strong. We got that good. Make the memories fade. Shaded from this game I don't play. Faded, make the memories fade. Shaded from this game I don't play. You've been loving me for so long. I've been loving you so long. Told you I would change, now you gone. Pull up all your struggles, that's strong. Faded, make the memories fade. Shaded from this game I don't play. Faded, make the memories fade. Shaded from this game I don't play. We home yet?